Yo, what up gamers? So this is the Seren guide, but not just any ordinary Seren guide. It's the Seren guide for literal pussies like me, like cowards, like people who are afraid of women. Get it? Because she's a woman. That was a bad joke. Anyways, I'm recording this at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and keep that in mind. Alright, so Seren, guys. Seren is all about two animals. I'm going to make it very easy for you guys to understand. So my guides are more not just regular guides. They're guides for dumbasses who struggle with boss mechanics in MapleStory, and, you know, they just struggle with, like, reading comprehension, critical thinking, all that shit. So I'm one of them, by the way. I'm one of them. So here's the thing. Two animals, guys. It's all about ducks and deers. Remember that. Ducks and deers. And you'll see what I mean by that. So, obviously by duck, I mean by, you know, like the animal duck. Like ducking. Like fucking ducking, okay? Ducking in this boss will save your fucking ass. Now, you know, being ducked most of the time will save you, but it's not going to save you all the time. So, let's go ahead and just talk about phase 1, right? Phase 1. You are going to be ducking all of her attacks. There's a laser where she shoots out a bunch of lasers in different directions. You can duck that. You can just kind of stand still if you're in a certain angle. You have to practice standing near her. But most of these attacks you can duck. You see that giant yellow crescent thingy? I call it the banana of doom. It just slowly glides across the screen, and it gives you it stuns you for like a very brief moment. Like it's a really weak stun. Like it stuns you for a very small amount of time. Alright, so part 1, there's a lot of things going on. There's pillars, right? Giant pillars. This is similar to Black Mage part 2. So if you're familiar with Black Mage, this is very similar. It's worse than Black Mage, honestly. I think Black Mage is much more easier to react to. Okay, overall, Seren has a mechanic. We're going to talk about it. You see that little yellow thing on the top, in the corner on the right? So that is the gauge. So the gauge bar, we'll call it the little like yellow sun circle, whatever. You can drag this around, just like it's like will. You can drag it around. So basically, every time you get hit in Seren, you get stunned once it gets filled. So every time you get hit, it fills it up a little bit, and you get hit too much, you get stunned. And so here's the thing: getting hit is inevitable in Seren. You will get hit. The woman will hit you. Okay, like she is abusive. Okay, so be prepared to get hit and be prepared to get stunned. So I'll go ahead and like show you guys when I get stunned, and I can like show a clip of it. But yeah, I'm like literally like watching this and going over it as we speak, so it's kind of easier for you guys to understand. So yeah, so this is the duck. I'm just ducking right there. You see that? This is real time. Okay, so I killed it. I'm gonna just go ahead and repeat the clip. I want to explain part 1 fully, so I'm gonna repeat the clip. I'm just gonna repeat. This is like a live recording or like a live voiceover. All right, so yeah, see what I do here in the beginning. I jump over the lasers that go diagonally in different directions. Oh, of course, there's the cheese balls. I call them cheese balls, little yellow sun balls. They will fall down. You can dark side it. So my thieves out there, shout out to my thieves. You can dark side it. Yeah, so pillars are really annoying. You see how I get hit by them? It's okay to get hit by everything. Okay, let me just clarify. It is okay to get hit by things in part 1. It's okay, get hit, but don't get hit on purpose. Like, obviously try to duck, but if you get hit by too many things, you will die. So here's the thing. In every boss, if you get hit, right, you can tank it, right? Because you can potion, you can use a power elixir, which is 100% HP recovery. But you can only do that every few seconds. So keep that in mind. Like every time you get hit, just like don't get hit again for a couple seconds, and then you can get hit again. So you can just potion, if that makes sense. That's just like general like basics, like 101 for bossing. All right, so see how I'm keeping my distance here because she will jab you. Obviously her jab attack, where she just stabs forward, that's her most basic attack in part 1. You can duck that, and like most things, you can duck everything in Seren, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just attacking her. See how like there's a lot of shit going on, but I still remain calm. I know there's a diagonal laser coming out. You know, the one that comes out in every direction. So I just duck. You kind of want to stay on top of her. So see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of avoiding her. I'm in the corner. So being in the corner is sometimes bad. So right now I'm going ahead and just buffing up. And once she gets near me, I origin. I believe actually the origin is like a full map. Like origin, I think pretty sure it just binds everything in the map. I'm not sure. I'm a complete noob at bossing, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, so oh, by the way, I'm origining Genesis iframing, so that's the combo. By the way, you need to be liberated for this boss. Like you don't need to be if you have hands technically, but I would highly recommend it. So if you haven't gone through your 8-month hell with Black Mage Liberation, that waiting room, then holy fuck, you gotta do it. But yeah, Seren is kind of this boss is made with the intention that you were implying that you were like finished with liberation. So yeah, you kind of have to be liberated for this. You get 10% final damage, all that, yada yada. I have a liberation guide on my channel if you want. So yeah, part one, that's pretty much it, guys. It's really, honestly, what you need to do, guys, is just go into practice mode. Literally just practice dodging everything. And again, it's okay to get hit. So see how, okay, I'm just completely ducking the banana. So there's the banana attack, it comes out slowly. She sends that out and she dashes into you, which is very annoying. Diagonal lasers that comes out pretty often. See how I just walk to the angle that's not hit, she's not spraying it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See how my gauge is half full. That continues over to the next part, which is phase 2. So just remember, the gauge is like literally like you get hit too many times, you get stunned. That's it. And so we'll talk about that. We'll get more into depth about that later. But every time you get hits, you want to like every time you're close to like finishing your gauge, just make sure you you know like just take cover. Like if you're gonna get gauged, like go to the corner and like fucking make sure that nothing is nearby you that will kill you. Alright guys, so part 2, this is so obviously guys, going over the title again, I am a pussy with Seren. Like, I'm not great at her mechanics, but this is how I clear her because I don't like to die. So, and in Seren, you really have to conserve your lives because you have 5 lives. If you, like, that's very little. Like, in Lucid, you get 10 lives, in Black Mage, you get 12 lives. Seren, you only get 5 lives, so like you gotta be careful, dude. Like, just seriously, like, don't die. So here's the thing, I never try to like die at all in part 1. So once you get, okay, this is part 2. Welcome to part 2, guys, by the way. Welcome to part 2. So part 2 is all about the clock. I'm gonna actually go ahead and pause and just talk about the clock, right? So there's a clock on the right. The gauge has changed, the UI has changed. You can drag that around again. So there's 4 phases, right? There's yellow, there's orange, there's navy blue, and then there's like pastel light purple. I'm a little bit colorblind, so you guys can call it whatever color you want, whatever it is, like, you know, like I call it by the color, I don't call it by the actual name. Like, I know it's called like dawn, moonlight, morning, whatever the fuck. If you hear people talking about Seren and they're like dawn phase, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I only know colors. Like, I'm literally that like brain dead with bossing. So yeah, with Seren, I like to simplify everything. Everything is going by colors, right? So yellow is the basic one. It's the one you spawn in. Sorry for the stuttering. You spawn in here, and there's a lot of things going on. There's lasers, so there's different kinds of lasers. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, so there's the laser that she shoots at you like diagonally, like that. That one's still there. You've got the lasers that come from the sky. So remember, the lasers that come from the sky, if you get hit by that, you are blinded for like 1 second. It's like 0.9 second. I'm like technically off the Seren guide. But yeah, you get blinded. When I say blinded, I mean like your screen is literally like white screen. Like, it's blinded for like a second, not like accuracy decrease. So yeah, she part 1, or just in all the phases, she dashes at you. She pretty much dashes you the entire fight. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and replay the yellow clip, so I'm gonna talk about it more. So yellow phase, right? Yellow phase, you are basically ducking again. You can duck everything. Remember, duck and cover. Always remember ducking. Just don't duck permanently. Like, just here's what you want to do, right? It's like Black Mage Part 3, right? So you want to duck, attack, or like, you know, attack, duck, attack. Like, she just has like a pattern. Like, she's not gonna like constantly hit you. Like, she's fucking like, I don't know, like Sheik from Smash Bros. Melee. Like she's not gonna combo you. Like, she's just gonna like every boss in MapleStory is AI, right? So you just want to freaking like duck, attack, duck. Like, you want to figure out how many attacks you can get in before you can duck again. Because every time you get hit by her, you get yellow, and then it fills up the gauge, and then every time you get gauged, you get stunned. So you don't want to get stunned. Well, actually, okay, so let me talk about the gauge a little bit further. So there are moments where you want to get gauged on purpose. So if that makes sense, like, you want to get, like, so, like, if you know that you can survive. So here's the thing, you need to be full HP when you get gauged. So when you see that the gauge is, like, full, or, like, really close to getting, like, filled up, and you know you're gonna get stunned, right? Make sure you literally get stunned in the corner, and then you blink. So here's a trick. What I do is I hold blink midair when I know I'm gonna get stunned. So she shoots the laser in the yellow phase, and then she shoots me in the corner when I'm blinked, like floating midair, and then I'm like usually safe from a lot of things. Just pray to God that when you get stunned again, that nothing kills you, like the mines don't spawn on you. So yeah, the yellow phase, I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, and then we're done. Yellow phase, guys. There's the yellow cheese balls. We're going to call them little cheese balls, little yellow mines. They're actually called mines, but I call them cheese balls. I kind of relate everything to food or just like silly things so you guys remember it easier. Yellow balls, so they will give you accuracy decrease. You will get hit by that, and see how I get hit by the yellow. So remember the yellow lasers from the sky will always blind you for a second. It doesn't kill you instantly. It's like a tick. Like the lasers from the sky, it's a tick HP damage. So if you literally stand inside of it, you'll just burn. So just walk out of it. But you can't see because it blinds you, right? It turns the screen white for like a second. But yeah, she does the original diagonal laser attack in part 1. She copies that in the yellow phase. And then she jabs you, she stabs you, like, remember, just duck, attack, duck, attack. If you're good at part 3 in Black Mage, this is the same shit, basically. Black Mage and Seren are often compared to each other. They're kind of similar in difficulty level, in my opinion, so it does make sense. So yeah, that is pretty much yellow phase, guys. Oh, I didn't talk about the laser where she, well, I kind of did. The laser where she shoots you, like instantly, like so that attack where I'll go ahead and, I'll just put it on the screen. So there's an attack where she will like shoot a straight, like a flat laser. And she will usually shoot this attack when you're far away from her. So since the map is so big and you're like, let's say Seren is on the right side of the map and you go all the way to the left, she's gonna shoot you with that laser and then you're gonna get stunned. So this will stun you no matter what. It's different from gauging though, so don't get it confused. Alright, so overall, guys, in Seren, there is the every time the clock like goes to a different phase, there will be a test. The test is like literally just freaking going under the short pillar, right? It's really easy. Like, I feel like everyone can figure this out without even like watching a guide. It's just so easy to understand. Just go underneath the short pillar and then you will survive. If you somehow cannot make it to the pillar, like let's say you're on the right side of the map and the shortest pillar is on the left side, you can iframe it. I've done this a couple times, so it's totally like an option. Alright, so yeah, just be under the short pillar. That will happen between every single phase, okay? Every single phase when it switches the clock or the colors of the map. Just make sure you are prepared for that test. So when it's nearby, just, be ready to like flash jump around and teleport around, whatever. Alright, so let's talk about the red phase, guys. Red phase is very dangerous. It's very dangerous, but it's actually pretty easy to stay alive. I did die during this red phase, which is unfortunate, but basically, guys, the red phase, the orange phase, whatever you want to call it, I'm colorblind. All of her attacks are lethal. Like, you will get one shot. That does not mean her little flame pillars, though. Like, everything else will like spare you, right? So there's pillars. They come from the sky this time. Well, they're kind of from the bottom. I mean, it's up to you. There's pillars in the red phase. It's really annoying. They will spawn. Again, phase 2, or phase 2, during the red and orange phase, you can duck. Now, ducking is very, very important. So phase 2, red phase, she will dash at you a lot, and she will like most of her attacks like one shot you. Like, I think like you just want to duck most of the time. So I get killed here, that's fine. So what I do again is just attack, duck. I'm really afraid of her during this phase, which is probably not what you're supposed to be doing. But again, I'm a coward. This guide is for pussies, okay? Like, read the fucking title of the video. So you basically just duck and attack her. Alright, I'm gonna just go back and watch the phase again. So she has fireballs. She summons the fireballs from the sky. She'll you'll kind of see the animation. She lifts up her sword, I think, and then like fireballs from the sky. So what happens with these fireballs, right? You get hit by the fireball, you get skill locked. So, which is fine. If you get skill locked, you can still stay alive. You just have to duck most of the time. As long as the pillar's not on top of you, you can duck, right? So getting hit by the fireball is okay, but obviously like walk in between them so you don't get hit. My fellow thieves out there, you can dark side it. However, your gauge will fill, and if you gauge or other AKA get stunned in phase 2 red phase, you will you will most likely die during red phase. Like, you will literally die. Like, just don't get phased in red phase. You will fucking die. Yeah, so there's fireballs, there's pillars, right? So there's 2 different pillars, right? There's the pillar that just, it looks like a we'll call it like an orange popsicle. It's very like cylindrical. It's like a cylinder. It's like lines, right? And then there's the flame wall. There's the firewall, right? Like the Windows firewall. We'll call it that. I don't fucking know. The firewall, you can walk through this, but it'll hurt you. It won't kill you, but just if you have to walk through it, you can. I would recommend your iframes. Save your iframes for red phase, please God. Like, just fucking save it. Oh my God. Like, you will need to survive. But yeah, red phase, you basically just want to just duck. Like, bro, just fucking duck. Like, let me just tell you something about Seren. Like, if you don't know the mechanics, just know that Seren is very duck phobic. Like, she's allergic to ducks. So if you want to fucking duck, then duck. But make sure you practice. Like, you know, it's probably like it's like Black Mage Part 3. You want to duck with meaning, intention. You want to attack with intention. So let's say she just attacks you. She you know, lifts up her sword and she hits you. Just duck. Like, you can duck that, and then she won't attack for like a second or two, and then just attack her like 2 or 3 times. Just remember like how many attacks you can fit into between each attack, just like a Black Mage during the kicks in Part 3. So yeah, just duck. I know it's gonna sound really annoying, I keep saying duck, but it'll help. Trust me, it'll numb into your skull and you'll remember how to fucking do the mechanics in Seren. Alright, so we're gonna talk about the there's this little phase. It's the dark blue phase. So the dark blue phase is where a lot of people have told me that they like to burst her, and this totally makes sense. One more thing about the navy blue phase is that if your bar is full, it'll go down. Like, it'll completely deplete, or it'll heal a little bit. Yeah, so you could just kind of burst her here, because remember the dark blue phase? It's very short. It's the best phase to burst her in. According to a lot of people, you can burst her here. Origin burst, you know, and then Urta binds, and then just, yeah. I'm pretty sure the length of it is determined by something, but I'm not too good at I don't remember the mechanics that well. So just know that the time will change during the dark blue phase. So the dark blue phase is the simplest one. There's blue little like explosions, like spikes, I guess, blue explosions during the dark blue phase. You just duck them. So she does knock you around during dark blue phase, but remember, dark blue phase is where you want to just attack her. She's at her weakest, and you don't really have to worry about much. Like, you won't die to her, just potion if you get low, but she's not gonna like one-shot you during dark blue phase. Just remember that dark blue phase is the shortest phase, it's the easiest phase, and it's the break. It's like the what do you call it? Like the commercial break, if you will. I don't know, it's just like very easy to just like destroy her. Like, just literally, like, you can kill her during this phase if you get her low enough. Yeah, that is pretty much it for dark blue phase. We'll call it navy blue. We'll call it like safe Seren phase, whatever like helps you understand her mechanics. Alright guys, the final phase, and then I can finally stop fucking yapping and you guys can hopefully understand the mechanics in 100% entirety of it all. The purple, okay, so I'm colorblind again. The light pastel purple, bluish purple, like we'll call it okay, we're gonna call it the deer phase, right? So remember what I said in the beginning of the video, deer phase. So with Seren, remember 2 animals, ducks and deers, and this is what I mean by deers, right? You've got blue deers. These deers are actually absolutely traumatic for some people. I remember when I was first practicing this boss, I was like, oh my god, I am actually gonna have PTSD from deers. Like, I live in Virginia, and every road that I drive on, and like when I drive at night, there's a lot of deers on the road, so I'm like traumatized by deers now. No, I'm joking. But yeah, seriously, just during this phase, there's deers, and these are not the most problematic thing, but it is the most iconic thing about this boss or fight or phase. Like, it's just deers. Hello. So the deers, what they do, they come up to you, they will knock you with their antlers. They're kind of cute, actually. Like they don't do much, but they're cute. But they're deadly. Like, if they stack on top of you, like, you're fucked, baby. Like, just fucking jump away. So we've got blue balls during the moonlight purple phase. We'll call it purple phase, okay? So it's easier. During the purple phase, you've got blue balls. Now, these blue balls can be killed, but you have to walk up to it, right? You see how I'm walking up to them? The blue balls, you can walk up to them. They will explode after like a second, so you have a moment to react. So if you do get hit by the blue balls exploding, what will happen is that you will have the green skull above your head, and you get reversed. Getting reversed is fine, it won't kill you, you know, the balls won't instantly one-shot you. Nothing here one-shots you, but the problem with during this phase is that you literally have to By the way, this is elephant in the room. By the way, you don't attack her during this phase. You do not attack her during the purple phase, the morning phase, whatever you want to call it. Just do not attack her. For the love of God, just run away from her. Run away from the woman. If you have some kind of like mobility skill, like Dual Blade can just jump around in the sky. Thank God. Just fucking jump in the sky. If she comes at you, just jump to the other side. That's what I do. Yeah, this is for a lot of people. This is the hardest phase. Yeah, the red phase is the deadliest, but I think the purple phase is like horrible. My friend Stan likes to call it the dodging simulator, the purple phase, the deer phase. We'll call it deer phase, whatever you want to call it. Okay, just remember it's the dodging simulator phase. You quite literally just dodge things. Also, I'm gonna talk about all the attacks. Sorry guys, I got really very sidetracked. During the purple phase, there are little things coming from the sky and the ground. Remember that there's things coming from the sky and the ground. There's I call it the UFOs, because they come from the sky. There's like white explosions that come from the sky. They descend from directly on the ceiling to the ground, and when you get hit by them, you'll get stunned. And if you're nearby a bunch of like deers and balls, you're fucked. Like, you can instantly die during this phase by just stacking everything. You gotta be careful. So, highly recommend using your iframes. Like, don't be afraid to use your iframes if you're in a clusterfuck of blue deers and balls, and you know. And then one more attack for the purple phase. My voice is actually getting dry. Oh my god, I need to drink water. One more thing is that there's things on the ground, right? So these are like explosions that, you know, like pillars. You'll see it. There's a warning. They kind of just travel. They kind of lurk on the ground. They're crawling on the ground. It follows you, and it'll attack. It'll go up. So remember, let's go over all of the attacks during this phase, because this is the most dangerous phase in my opinion. A lot of people struggle with this phase, they die during this phase. I know I struggled with this phase the most. By the way, Genesis iframe will save you. So if you're not liberated and you haven't done your Black Mage Liberation, you want to kill Seren, I think it's a lot harder. But yeah, Seren is a lot easier with liberating. I will say I have friends who killed Seren without being liberated, so it's definitely possible. Just I would recommend it. So yeah, purple phase, that is the final phase, and it goes back to the yellow phase. But let's just go over it one more time. Okay, we got blue balls. Remember the blue balls, you jump to it, they will explode, they won't fucking bother you, just kill them. You can attack them, but it's not gonna kill them. Just you have to literally jump up to it, and then they have to self-destruct, like the Pokemon move in, you know, self-destruct. Like what Pokemon that knows explosion? What is it called? I don't know. Anyways, explosion. Okay, holy shit, I'm fucking ADHD. Don't mind me. Yeah. So there's the blue balls, the deer. You cannot kill the deer. So just run away from them. The sky attack comes from the sky directly down. It stuns you. The blue balls will confuse you or make you go in opposite directions. The crab, we'll call it the crab. Okay, it looks like a crab. It comes from the ground. Just call it crab. It comes from the ground. It lurks. It crawls. It inches forward to you, but you have a warning. So if it's nearby you, just jump away. Yeah. That is all of the attacks. Obviously, Seren herself during this phase is really fucking annoying. You have to dodge her. She will charge at you. If your class, I will say, if your class has some kind of dummy, like I think Dual Blade has a dummy. Well, sorry, I don't think. I know. Sorry, Dual Blade is my main. What the fuck am I saying? Dual Blade has a dummy, and you can use that dummy. You can turn off your familiars and use that dummy. Just remember that for Dual Blades, you have to turn off your familiars. Wind Archer has a dummy, so that's pretty broken. Wind Archer has a dummy, so yeah, you use your dummy. If you somehow for some reason you have your class with a dummy, fucking use it. Yeah, just basically the entire phase, just want to dodge and avoid the woman. Like, just don't fucking like get near her. And usually, guys, as a rule of thumb, this is a no-brainer. Like, when you have your burst up, your origin burst up, just fucking use your origin. Oh god, my throat is getting dry. I need to drink water. Hold on. This is like one take. Holy shit. Also, guys, this is a very long video, but Seren is kind of a mechanically interesting boss, so I have to make it a really long video. I usually make my videos as short as possible, but yeah, for this boss guy, just bear with me. If you're a person who likes to commute to work and watch videos, I would recommend like leaving this video on in the background as like a podcast or something, because it's really long, and if you keep listening to my annoying ass voice and this helps you like clear the boss, I would be very, very happy. I mean, my whole channel, I just want to help people like figure out the game, so if this helps you, let me know. But yeah, seriously, this video is like really long, so just make sure you freaking like, I don't know, like leave it on while you sleep or something. Like maybe my voice will like put you to sleep, but you can remember every mechanic. You don't even have to watch the video, just like listen to my voice talking about the phases and shit. Yeah, that is pretty much it. But yeah, as a no-brainer, just Origin Burst and Genesis iframe. So you want Urda Nova, you want to bind her. Like again, the regular binds that you get for 5th job is way different than the Origin. You can use it in conjunction. You can use it like consecutively. Like let's say you Origin Burst and then you Urda Nova. Just make sure you use them in quick succession. Make sure you Origin first though. For most cases, most classes, you want to Origin first and then you want to Urda bind. That's it. So yeah, just every time your burst is up, and make sure you have an altering Ring of Restraint level 4, Weapon Jump level 4, Continuous Ring. You want all of that good shit for Seren because you can maximize your damage output. But yeah, pretty much this entire fight, guys, I just duck, I hide away from the woman, and yeah. I take a long time to kill her because I would rather just get a guaranteed clear, than just die out and it wastes time. So I would rather just have like one really long clear that is guaranteed than just dying out. So just remember, guys, you get 5 lives during this fight. You don't want to die at all during phase 1, in my opinion. You can die once, but I would recommend just like if you use your Origin Burst and you die, like just continue, because that's like a 6-minute cooldown. So yeah, just this boss is a pain in the ass, but it was actually pretty fun to learn. I got really frustrated, but I've been practicing this boss for, at this point, like over 10 hours, like in total. Like it's a very, like, you have to dodge. But yeah, like you just get hit. Like embrace getting hit during this boss fight. Like you literally have to get hit, and it's pretty much inevitable to get hit. And you know, when you get close to filling up your gauge, you get stunned. So just remember, you gotta get hit sometimes, and make sure you don't get phased during red phase, because then you'll get stunned, and then all of her attacks like instantly kill you during red phase, so you'll just die. So don't get phased at all. Make sure your gauge is low during red phase, and remember your gauge goes down during the navy blue phase. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Like I think I went over everything. Remember, you can drag the little UI, like the clock, the gauge bar, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,